Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. Today we're going to be diving into a strategy that could really supercharge your retirement savings,
Yeah,
adding gold mining investments to your Roth IRA.
absolutely. It's all about harnessing the power of tax-free growth
Oh, I like that.
while tapping into an asset that has historically held strong against inflation gold.
Okay, I'm already intrigued, but before we get into the how-to, let's
Yeah.
back up for a second. Why should someone even consider gold mining within their Roth IRA?
Well, you're probably familiar with the basic benefits of a Roth IRA.
Right.
Contributions are made with after-tax dollars,
Right.
and qualified withdrawals in retirement are tax-free.
Yes.
Now imagine those tax benefits amplifying the potential returns from an asset like gold.
So it's not just about the tax savings alone, but how those savings multiply over time,
Exactly.
especially with an asset that's known for holding its value.
Exactly. It's about positioning yourself for long-term financial security. Gold has historically served as a safe haven during times of economic uncertainty.
Yeah.
Including it in your Roth IRA can add a layer of resilience to your portfolio.
That makes a lot of sense, especially with all the economic ups and downs we've seen lately.
Absolutely.
I'm already starting to see the appeal. But we've thrown around the term gold mining investments a few times.
Sure.
Can you break down what exactly that means?
Absolutely. When we talk about gold mining investments, we're referring to several options.
Okay.
You could buy shares of individual gold mining companies,
Right.
invest in gold-focused ETFs,
Okay.
or even opt for gold-focused mutual funds.
So I could have a piece of a company like Newmont Corporation or Barrick Gold working for me in my Roth IRA. I've definitely heard of those names before.
Precisely. And those are just two examples. We'll be exploring other major players like Franco-Nevada,
Okay.
Wheaton Precious Metals, and Kirkland Lake Gold later on.
Got it.
Each has its own approach and potential within the gold mining landscape.
Sounds like there are some compelling options out there. But before we get too excited,
Right.
we should also talk about the risks, right? Every investment comes with some level of risk.
You're absolutely right. It's crucial to acknowledge that gold mining, like any investment, has its own set of risks.
Of course.
The price of gold itself can be volatile,
Right.
influenced by factors like global supply and demand,
Uh-huh.
geopolitical events,
Right.
and even the overall economic climate.
That makes sense. We've all seen how quickly markets can react to world events. What other risks should people be aware of?
There are also risks specific to mining operations themselves.
Okay.
Think about political instability in a region where a company operates,
Right.
changes in environmental regulations, or even potential resource depletion.
Yeah.
All of these can affect a company's profitability and therefore your investment.
So it's not as simple as just picking a company and hoping for the best.
Definitely not. Thorough research is absolutely crucial.
Okay.
Understanding a company's financial health,
Yeah.
their operational track record,
Right.
and even the geopolitical landscape where they operate. These are all essential factors to consider before investing.
Okay. I'm starting to see the importance of due diligence here.
Absolutely.
Now, for someone who's listening and thinking, this sounds promising, how do I actually get started? What are the first steps?
The first step is to choose a custodian for your Roth IRA.
Okay.
This is the financial institution that will hold and manage your account.
Right.
Not all custodians are created equal, though.
Right.
You'll want to select one that has experience and expertise in precious metal investments.
Right. You wouldn't go to just any restaurant if you were craving sushi.
Exactly.
You want to go to a place that specializes in it.
Yeah,
So how do you find the right custodian for gold investments?
that's a great question. It might seem daunting, but there are resources available to help you navigate the process.
Yeah.
For example, goldirablueprint.com/exclusive offers a free checklist to guide you in choosing the right gold IRA company for your needs.
That's a fantastic resource. I highly recommend checking that out, folks. Okay. Once you've found the right custodian, what's next?
The next step is to fund your account.
Okay.
This can involve making regular contributions or rolling over funds from other retirement accounts.
Ah, rollovers. That's a term people might not be familiar with. Can you explain what that means?
A rollover essentially means transferring funds from an existing retirement account,
Okay.
like a traditional IRA or 401k, into your new Roth IRA.
Got it.
It's a great way to potentially jumpstart your gold IRA investments.
That's super helpful. So we've got our custodian, our accounts funded.
Right.
We've got our free checklist from Gold IRA Blueprint.
Yes.
Now we're ready to choose our actual gold mining investments.
Exactly. And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
You have several options.
Yeah.
Individual stocks, of gold mining companies,
Right.
gold ETFs,
Uh-huh.
or gold-focused mutual funds.
I'm eager to dive into those options, but I think we've covered a lot of ground already. Let's take a quick pause, and we'll come back to explore those investment choices in detail. Welcome back to the show. Before the break, we were talking about how gold mining in a Roth IRA could be a game changer for retirement savings.
Could be.
Now I'm ready to explore those specific investment options you mentioned.
Right.
Let's start with individual stocks. What's the appeal there?
Well, with individual stocks, you're essentially becoming a partial owner of a specific gold mining company.
Okay.
This offers the potential for high returns, but it also comes with higher risk.
It's a bit of a high-stakes game.
In a way, yes.
Hmm.
You're betting on the success of that particular company.
Okay.
Their management decisions, operational efficiency, and even the geological discoveries they make all factor into how well your investment performs.
It sounds like it requires a good deal of research
It does.
and potentially a higher risk tolerance.
Absolutely. Investing in individual stocks is generally best suited for those who are willing to put in the time and effort to thoroughly understand the companies they're investing in.
Okay, so individual stocks are for the more adventurous investors.
You could say that.
What about gold ETFs? I've heard those mentioned a lot lately.
Yeah, gold ETFs or exchange-traded funds offer a way to diversify your investment within the gold sector.
Okay.
Instead of owning shares in a single mining company, you're investing in a basket of gold-related assets.
So it's like spreading your bets across a wider range of companies.
Precisely. This diversification helps to mitigate some of the company-specific risks that come with individual stocks.
That sounds like a more balanced approach.
Yeah.
What types of assets are typically included in a gold ETF?
It varies depending on the specific ETF, but it could include shares of various gold mining companies,
Okay.
gold bullion,
Yeah.
or even companies involved in gold exploration and refining.
So there's a whole ecosystem around gold that you can tap into through ETFs.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, you also mentioned gold-focused mutual funds. How do those differ from ETFs?
Mutual funds are similar to ETFs in that they pool money from multiple investors to invest in a diversified portfolio of assets.
Right.
However, mutual funds are actively managed by professional fund managers,
Okay.
while ETFs typically track a specific index.
So with a mutual fund, you're essentially relying on the expertise of a professional to make those investment decisions.
Exactly. This can be appealing for investors who prefer a more hands-off approach
Okay.
or lack the time and knowledge to research individual stocks or ETFs.
That makes sense. It's like having a personal chef instead of cooking every meal yourself.
Right.
But of course, there's a price tag attached to that convenience, right?
You're right. Mutual funds typically come with higher fees compared to ETFs.
Okay.
Those fees cover the cost of professional management and administrative expenses.
Okay, so we have individual stocks for the hands-on investors,
Right.
gold ETFs for those seeking diversification,
Yeah.
and gold-focused mutual funds for the more passive investors.
I think that's a great way to summarize it.
Now, I imagine that choosing between these options can feel overwhelming for some people.
Sure.
What advice would you give to someone who's trying to decide which path is right for them?
The best choice depends on several factors,
Okay.
including your risk tolerance,
Yeah.
your investment goals,
Yeah.
and how much time and effort you're willing to put into managing your investments.
It's like choosing the right car.
Exactly.
It depends on your budget, your lifestyle, and whether you prefer a manual or automatic transmission.
That's a perfect analogy.
Right.
If you enjoy researching and analyzing companies and are comfortable with taking on more risk, then individual stocks might be a good fit.
And if you value diversification and prefer a less hands-on approach.
Then a gold ETF could be the right choice.
Okay.
And for those who want professional management and a truly passive investment experience, a gold-focused mutual fund might be worth considering.
Got it. It's all about finding the right fit for your personal circumstances and preferences.
Yeah.
Now, once someone has chosen their investment strategy, what's the next step? Do they just sit back and wait for the gold to roll in?
Not quite. Investing is an ongoing process, not a one-time event.
Right.
It's important to monitor your portfolio regularly.
Okay.
Stay informed about industry trends and rebalance your investments as needed.
So it's not a set it and forget it type of thing.
Definitely not. Even the most well-crafted investment strategy needs to be adjusted over time as market conditions change and your personal circumstances evolve.
That makes sense. I want to shift gears a bit and talk about the big names in the gold mining world.
Sure.
We mentioned Newmont Corporation and Barrick Gold earlier.
Right.
Let's delve into those companies in a bit more detail. What are some of the key things investors should know about Newmont?
Well, Newmont Corporation is a global leader in gold mining. What sets them apart is their commitment to sustainable and responsible mining practices. They have robust environmental, social, and governance ESG standards in place, which is becoming increasingly important for investors who prioritize ethical and sustainable investments.
So it's not just about profits, but also about how those profits are generated.
Exactly. Investors are becoming more discerning.
Yeah.
They want to invest in companies that are not only financially successful, but also operate in a way that aligns with their values.
And Newmont seems to be ticking those boxes. What about their financial performance?
Newmont has a strong track record of profitability and a diverse portfolio of assets around the world,
Okay.
providing a level of stability that's crucial in the often volatile world of mining.
That sounds promising. Okay, let's move on to Barrick Gold. What makes them stand out?
Barrick Gold is another powerhouse in the gold mining industry, known for its global reach and focus on cost-effective mining practices.
Okay.
They constantly strive to optimize their operations and reduce costs, which translates into higher profits for investors.
So they're all about efficiency.
Yes, they're very focused on maximizing returns for their shareholders.
Got it.
But they also recognize the importance of sustainability and social responsibility.
Okay.
They have a comprehensive sustainability strategy in place and are actively involved in community development projects in the regions where they operate.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's encouraging to see these large companies taking their social and environmental responsibilities seriously. Now, in addition to Newmont and Barrick Gold, you also mentioned Franco-Nevada. What's unique about their approach?
Franco-Nevada operates on a royalty and streaming model,
Okay.
which is quite different from traditional mining companies.
Okay.
Instead of owning and operating mines, they provide financing to mining companies in exchange for the right to purchase a portion of their gold production at a predetermined price.
So they're more like investors in other mining companies.
Precisely. They provide the capital that mining companies need to develop and operate their mines.
Right.
And in return, they get access to a stream of gold at a favorable price.
That's an interesting business model. It seems like it would mitigate some of the risks associated with traditional mining operations.
It does. Because they're not directly involved in running the mines, they avoid many of the operational challenges and risks that traditional mining companies face.
Now, for our listeners who were intrigued by the idea of adding gold to their retirement portfolios, I want to remind you about a fantastic resource we mentioned earlier.
Sure.
Gold IRA blueprint.com/exclusive offers a free checklist to guide you in choosing the right gold IRA company for your needs.
It's a valuable tool
Yeah.
that can help you navigate the process of setting up and funding a gold IRA
Right.
and choosing the right investments to meet your specific goals.
I highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up this part of our discussion, let's talk about two more companies you mentioned.
Okay.
Wheaton Precious Metals and Kirkland Lake Gold. Let's start with Wheaton Precious Metals. What's their story?
Wheaton Precious Metals is another company that operates on the streaming model similar to Franco-Nevada. They focus specifically on precious metals with a primary emphasis on gold and silver. One of their key strengths is their long-term agreements with mining companies, which provide them with a predictable stream of revenue.
That sounds like a recipe for stability, which is especially valuable in the often unpredictable world of mining.
Absolutely. Wheaton Precious Metals has a proven track record of success weathering market fluctuations with resilience and consistently delivering value to their shareholders.
And finally, we have Kirkland Lake Gold. What makes them stand out in the crowded gold mining landscape?
Kirkland Lake Gold is known for its high-quality assets,
Okay.
efficient operations, and strong commitment to shareholder values.
Right.
They've consistently delivered impressive production growth and have a reputation for being very shareholder-friendly.
So they're a company that's focused on delivering results for their investors.
Exactly. They have a proven management team, a strong balance sheet, and a clear strategy for growth,
Okay.
making them an attractive option for investors seeking exposure to the gold mining sector.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of gold mining.
It has.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the various types of gold mining investments to the specifics of some of the leading companies in the industry.
Absolutely.
Before we move on to our final segment, I want to encourage our listeners to do their own research and due diligence before making any investment decisions.
Of course.
Remember, investing involves risk,
Always.
and what's right for one person might not be right for another.
Sound advice. It's crucial to make informed decisions based on your individual circumstances and financial goals.
Let's take a short pause, and we'll be back to wrap things up and leave our listeners with some key takeaways. Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of gold mining to specific companies and investment strategies.
It's been quite a journey exploring how gold can potentially enhance your retirement savings within a Roth IRA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's bring it all together for our listeners. What are the key takeaways they should keep in mind?
I think the biggest takeaway is the power of combining the tax advantages of a Roth IRA with the potential growth and inflation protection of gold.
Yeah.
It's about creating a retirement portfolio that can weather economic storms and potentially provide long-term financial security.
It's about peace of mind.
Yeah.
Knowing you have a portion of your savings in an asset that has historically held its value, even when other markets get shaky.
Right.
And those gains are growing tax-free within the Roth IRA. That's a powerful combination.
Exactly. We've also highlighted the importance of understanding the various ways to invest in gold mining, whether through individual stocks, gold ETFs, or gold-focused mutual funds.
Right. Each option comes with its own set of risks and rewards, and the best choice depends on individual circumstances and preferences.
If you're comfortable with more hands-on research and potentially higher risk, individual stocks might be a good fit.
And if you prefer a more diversified approach.
Then a gold ETF could offer a great option. And for those who want a more passive approach with professional management, gold-focused mutual funds are worth considering.
And regardless of which investment strategy you choose, thorough research and due diligence are essential.
Absolutely. Take the time to understand the companies you're investing in, their financial health, their management teams, and their commitment to responsible mining practices. All of this is crucial for informed decision-making.
Now, we've talked a lot about the potential benefits of gold mining in a Roth IRA, but it's also important to acknowledge that no investment is without risk.
That's right. Gold prices can be volatile, and the mining industry itself faces various challenges, from geopolitical risks to environmental concerns.
Which is why diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. Spread your investments across different asset classes, including gold, to potentially create a more balanced and resilient portfolio.
And remember, investing is a long game. Don't get discouraged by short-term fluctuations in the market. Focus on your long-term goals and maintain a disciplined approach to investing.
Great advice. Now, for our listeners who are ready to explore gold mining within their Roth IRAs, we have a fantastic resource to help you get started.
GoldIRABlueprint.com/exclusive offers a free checklist
Yes.
that will guide you through the process of choosing the right gold IRA company for your needs.
This checklist covers everything from evaluating custodians to understanding the different investment options available. It's a valuable tool that can save you time and potential headaches.
It's a great starting point for anyone who's new to the world of gold IRAs.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about gold mining in a Roth IRA.
We've certainly explored the key concepts, the potential benefits, and the important considerations.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with this final thought. Investing in your future doesn't have to be complicated or intimidating. With the right knowledge and resources, you can make informed decisions that align with your personal goals and create a retirement plan you feel confident about.
Don't wait to start planning for your financial future. Take the first step today.
And remember, for that free checklist to help guide you through the process, visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Happy investing, everyone.